welcome to today's lesson. I want to talk about 5 invisible scripts that you might be saying to yourself that you really need to let go of if you want to craft an online presence that gets people coming to you. So hey, if we haven't met before, I'm Megan of Crafting Creative, where I help introverted creatives to craft standout words and websites so that they can attract more of their people to them without stepping into the spotlight and feeling like they have to hustle or sell themselves. You know, really the website is such a critical tool as an online business owner. So I just want to run through these 5 invisible scripts and how we can flip them so that you can get past them and craft your standout online site. Script number 1, I don't need a website. So this is one that I see so often. And along the same lines of I don't need a website is, you know, the website doesn't really matter. It can be ugly. Ugly works better. You know, anything in that same vein. The truth is that your website is mission critical to you as an online business owner. From a personal experience, I was struggling to get clients. I had 1 client in a 6-month period until I went back to basics, revamped my website and messaging, and then in the next 6 months, I had 12 clients come to me. Some of them were dream clients that I would never even imagine approaching that came to me and asked me to work with them. So that is the power of a well-crafted website that positions you as different from your peers and competitors. I need to list all of the services that I can offer on my website. So I am I guess you would call me like an admin in the Humans of Online Business Facebook group. It's a free group, a lot of cool people in there. And on Wednesdays, I do website reviews. So people will submit, you know, about pages, landing pages, home pages, and they'll ask me to review them, you know, give my recommendations. What I see over and over again is people trying to list everything in the kitchen sink. That was my cat. But when they're doing that, then they're just coming across as a kind of Jane of all trades freelancer, rather than a trusted advisor who is an expert in what they do. You don't need to worry about alienating people or losing clients. You'll find when you limit your offerings, or at least what you display on your website, that you'll actually start attracting more people because you won't be competing with, you know, the freelancer, the Upwork, those random sites where you can just get anybody to do anything. And you'll also find that you'll be able to raise your rates because freelancers, you know, when people look to hire them, it's often they'll hire the person that can do it good enough for the lowest price. Whereas people hire specific experts, the price isn't that much of an issue. It's more of the value that they're getting. Now, does that mean that you can't do any of those other things? No, especially if you enjoy them and you find that your clients have a need for them. What I advise you to do then is to start with 1 to 3 things that you offer on your site, and then you can upsell people into those other items that you sell after you've begun that initial client conversation. Okay, the third invisible script that I see people, you know, getting in their way, in the mindset way, is the only way to get consistent clients is by networking. So networking your ass off to get referrals. You know, referrals are great, but that's only one source of getting clients. The truth is that you should be getting clients coming to you from everything that you do online. That means if you're on Instagram, you should be getting client inquiries from Instagram. If your business is on Facebook, you should be getting people through Facebook. You know, you have a website, that means you should be getting found on Google. So referrals are just one method. You should be getting clients from multiple different channels. And the fact that you have to rely only on referrals is an indicator that your website and your online presence are not up to snuff and need to be revisited. Number 4, I need to grow my list. And along these lines is kind of the flip of that is I don't need an email list because I provide services. So an email list is very important. I always encourage my clients to have one if they don't already. The reason being that when someone first finds about you, like on Google, on Instagram, wherever they find you, and they go to your website, you know, maybe they're not ready or able at that point to commit to working with you. Maybe they bookmark your site, but then they go away, they forget about you. When you have an email list, you have a way to continue to pop up in their inbox and to develop a relationship so that in a year, when they are ready and able, they choose to hire you. Or say that they never become a client, but they've gotten to know you over the course of being on your email list, and so they refer you or refer other people to you. And so it can work as a great source of clients. But when you're focusing on list growth as the goal, you might be implementing a lot of these strategies and tactics that people teach to grow your list, and that can actually lead your list to be based on freebie hunters, people that have no interest in paying for your premium services, but are just looking for some like free or very cheap information. And so if you are, going to be offering services, high-end services, and not lower-priced digital products, then you do want to be aware of that when you're growing your list, that you're not just getting like those freebie hunters. As a service, what's happening? As a service-based business, I do think your list is important, but just focusing on list growth for growth's sake is not necessary, and you can release that and focus on more important things. The final invisible script then that I wanted to talk about is this one. The thought that, I just need to set up a killer funnel and then I can get automatic income coming into my business consistently. Even if you have enough traffic into your funnel that you can actually test it and say that it is working effectively, even if the copy for your funnel is fantastic, even if you get people interested in working with you from that funnel, but your website and your landing pages and your sales pages don't have the proper messaging and design, and they look amateur and they aren't in alignment with the kind of brand that you want to portray, then the ROI on that funnel is going to be much less than it could and should be. The funnel goes hand in hand with the website, the landing page, the sales page, the design, the copywriting, right? They're two parts of the same coin, and one without the other is not as effective. And this goes for, trying Facebook ads or doing other marketing efforts in general. The idea of that marketing is to drive traffic back to your website or your landing page. And if it's not doing its job of portraying who it is that you serve, what transformation you get for them, how you're different, and it looks good and it speaks to your ideal people, if it's not doing that, then those marketing efforts are really a lot of time wasted. And so you'd be better off going back to that website or landing page or sales page, revamping it, making sure that it is working for you, and then you can try those external tactics to get more traffic to your site. So those are the 5 invisible scripts that I see happening a lot, that I recommend that you release so that you can craft an online presence that gets people coming to you so you don't have to go out and find them. And if you want to get my whole website design process, you can snag that at elevatewebsite.com for free. All right.